Now, okay, now that we've been working on the map for a while, you can clearly see how will be used the polygon tool to mark an outline of the let me moment of the outline each state of the map. This tool allows us use to create the custom to change by clicking on the borders or in regions step by step around the region, and once the shape is closed we can assign the name, for example in here Nuevo Mexico. um, in my case I will label each polygon with the same of the corresponding state, and so programs like Map and like that Map Maker 5 can be even automatical. As in the name is the data is latent, which saves a lot of time and help of avoid mistakes. And next, using the point tool, you see the AI places marked on several important locations, mainly the capital of cities, for example, the state of Texas, the city of Austin. This is done by simply selecting the point tool, and clicking directly, for example, the point. I say, for example, in Mexico can I custom the style, for example, star or red, a landmark, for example, in the caption put Mexico, and in for example, it's the same of name, for example, when I put the name on polygon, for example, I say more bigger, smaller. um for example, I say the this this is done by simply selecting the point tool and clicking directly in the desired spot on the map. Once the point is placed, and you can add the name, and I show you, sorry. um Add the name, change its icon, or adjust its desired color, something like that. This is especially useful for highlights, capital, and ports, or any point of interest. Now, I need to introduce for another helpful feature to the line tool. That's tool. Uh, the line tool. This is tool is to use of draw, styling, or curved lines on the map. Is in For example, in cartography, lines are incredibly useful because they help us represent a various features. For example, we can use the lines to mark highways, roads, or train routes. They are also used to show, for example, the road, the water, a road line, different levels of lines, a track, or a minor road. Um, for example, um, represent a variety of future. For example, I say highways or roads. They are also useful to show boundaries, migration paths, or communicate routes. In this case, I am going to use the light to draw a few major roads, and will also trace a river at the routes through several states. You can customize the status of the lines, change the color, the thickness, or type of stroke to make sure each line matches the the king of elements you are representing. As you can see, we use these three basic tools. For example, I say the polygons, the points, and the lines, and that we can start to build a functional and format map. In the next part of the tutorial, I go to show where different some things I have to explain you. Thanks.